What's up, everybody? To be completely honest, I don't have any ideas for this cover. I do know one thing, actually. I want to use orange. That's all I know. I don't know what kind of orange. I've mentioned it before, but there was this one Dorohedoro volume that I really liked that had nice orange for the background, so I think I'll do that too, because, you know, why would I ever come up with something on my own? The feeling of the one-shot could also be described as orange, so whatever that means. I'm gonna be so honest, everybody. I'm so far behind on my work. It is July 11th as of recording this. I started July 1st, and I have 6 pages done. Now, granted, I haven't done today's page yet. I need to up my pace. What's the plan? I mean, most covers have, like, the main character in the forefront. My main character is May. She's, like, introverted. You know, there's more to it than that. I really struggle talking about this one shot because I feel like there's no like plot. There's nothing to latch onto other than feelings. The whole one shot's just made from raw feelings, not like any kind of sense. I just kind of had ideas and I put them in here, and that's what my brain told me to do. I could do that, but I mean, who cares, right? Like, even an orange background can't fix that, you know? Usually I would think of like, oh, what's some symbolism that I use in the one shot? I use all kinds of stuff. I use a crying bride. I use a man in a moose costume. I use music. It's all very interpretive. There is dialogue, and there's a decent amount of it, and some of it is kind of like tells part of the story, but I feel like most of the story is inferred by the reader because there's multiple interpretations that you can come up with just by reading the script that I wrote. Now, last video, I mentioned that my main inspiration was David Lynch, right? Specifically Blue Velvet. The other ones I haven't seen yet are Inland Empire and Wild at Heart, technically Dune, but who cares about Dune? And I'm still watching Twin Peaks, so no spoilers. And I really like it. I just finished season 1. Into the fact that I see my work more as short films. I've been watching so much film recently. In the past, like, week, I've watched 5 different movies. Hausu, Cure, Eyes Wide Shut, and Stalker. And I just ordered like 5 more movies to watch, so. Oh, and Project Hail Mary, which really loved the sense of curiosity and wonder it had. Anyways, we're really getting off track here. What do I want the one shot to be presented as? Because what it is and what it's presented as can be different. And, you know, maybe I can just steal. I can just take one of the covers for one of David Lynch's works. Like, what's Lost Highway? It's like, you know. Because if I keep just stealing movie posters, I'm never going to be able to design my own covers. What's the Eraserhead cover? I think that's just the main guy. And he's oh yeah, it's that weird look he gives near the end. Yeah, never mind. Don't want to do that. Maybe I can use the microphone. Ooh, wait. Okay. Hey! Looks like we maybe figured it out. So we got a microphone here. Although this is kind of boring, I will say. The spotlight, but no one's there. We'll just put that one away for now. Very boring, but I have something to fall back on if I can't figure out anything more interesting. The only thing that interests me about a David Lynch movie, like if you gave me a movie titled Blue Velvet and the cover's just Blue Velvet, I'm not gonna be interested in it. But if it says a film directed and written by David Lynch, I'm in. I don't have that kind of standing. Is there any kind of dramatic pose I could have May be in? And she would be looking off to the distance. But, what would the point of that be? I don't know. Whoa, wait. Idea. We could use space somehow. And I don't mean like space within a composition. I mean a starry night. Why would I use space? I don't know, but I already wrote this entire story just being like, yeah, that feels right. So space? Sure, why not? This entire one-shot is so indulgent, it's actually kind of insane, to be honest. Oh, but I won't be able to use orange unless... If I have... No, that would be stupid. Unless... No. What if space is more of an overlay? I just add in a picture of space, turn the opacity down like 15 100%, and then just have that over top of the thing. That seems artsy, right? Is that pretentious enough? Could that do it? And then I can still use orange, and I can still, you know, have whatever I want. It's just has space involved, because I don't know. Actually, it's for you, the reader, to determine what space means in this story where you never even look at the sky in the entire story, let alone the stars. But it's fine. Oh, you know what? Here's like a thing. Here's the first page. Here's the first page of the story. It's done, so why not? You can look at it. Just to be like, hey, yeah, I'm actually doing this. You know, when if it takes a while, that might be. But is this what I want? I mean, it's better than this. Where would the title go? Maybe I'm inspired by Hausu too, because I really like. It was weird. I didn't completely love it, but I really liked it. Like, I just loved the direction that I should just be a movie reviewer. Why am I drawing? I clearly want to talk about movies right now. Crazy channel shift. How do we feel about this, chat? Did I figure it out, or is this like garbage? Is the one-shot garbage? I don't know. I'm really scared to release this. There is no reason for anyone to care about this unless maybe they like David Lynch. That's fine. You know what? Fair. Me too. If someone came to me and was like, oh yeah, I made this manga that was like really inspired by David Lynch, specifically Blue Velvet, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'd read that. But that's because it's me. I'm making it. This is what I call anatomy. Very Picasso-esque. Oh, this is actually perfect. It's literally like Eraserhead too. Guys, I figured it out. I'm doing this now. You don't completely understand because it does involve like some of the last pages. But this, the inclusion of space, it actually makes sense now. And you're just gonna have to trust me because I can't explain it without just spoiling everything. Which technically I can spoil everything because, you know, I did that last time and it worked out pretty nicely. But I don't want to spoil everything because I think, first of all, there's not really anything for me to spoil. The story is literally just interpretive. You have to figure it out. And if I tell you the things, like, sure, you can come up with an interpretation, but it's not the same as reading the one shot and trying to understand it from there. Because like, I'm just getting into film, like collecting like physical media and stuff because of David Lynch, actually, because I really liked Blue Velvet and Eraserhead, and those were both on streaming services. I wanted to watch Mulholland Drive and Lost Highway next, and they just weren't on any streaming. So I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna buy it, and if I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna get the good one. Also, there's something I want to talk about. So I mentioned Stalker. Whether you know that film or not doesn't really matter. It's from the 70s, made by Andrei Tarkovsky, I believe is his name. I don't know if I pronounced that right or if I'm remembering the right guy. A lot of people like praise it for being interpretive, right? Which, you know, I love interpretive stuff. It's a lot of fun. I did not like Stalker. And maybe it's because it was my first watch. And I just watched it last night. So it's like, it's fresh in my mind. I don't know. It just wasn't, it left me kind of disappointed. I really feel like there weren't many aspects of Stalker that I liked. I know a lot of people really don't like the incredibly slow pacing, which it does have. But that didn't bother me as much as how forced the philosophy felt in it. Like it felt way too heavy-handed. Maybe that's the appeal for some people, but I just didn't like that. It felt like it was trying really hard. Maybe I'm gonna be a hypocrite once my one-shot releases, and then everyone's gonna be like, dude, you're trying so hard. Good enough. Karaoke night. And it has a K. It's night. It's like a knight in shining armor. That's so bad. Do I move it? So there's like, so no one thinks that there's, oh my god, a karaoke night would be so cool though. Like if someone came in a knight's costume. Okay, well, that's it. We're adding 20 more pages. The one shot has been delayed indefinitely. We're at the speed draw. I shouldn't need to explain anything. You guys are pretty smart. I already mentioned that my pace is really bad. So it's the 14th and I have 7 pages done. So it's really not good. I don't know if I can possibly catch up. So we will see what happens there. I think the issue right now is I have to start working on retrograde soon. Like, I have the first chapter script done. I'm gonna start working on some of the videos for it, like designing characters and stuff soon. You know, you won't see until next year, but I need to really be focusing on my big project rather than a one-shot that a few people might want to see. I've mentioned it for like a billion times now that I really struggle with talking about this one-shot because there's nothing for me to say. Which isn't necessarily true, because I can talk about like, oh, I really think my character acting is starting to come through more, or I think the way I'm writing is actually really good for me. Like, it just works out well for me. I want to give an elevator pitch, something that will make people think, oh, the next video that comes out is gonna be worth watching. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, it is. If the only way I can pitch a story is being like, oh yeah, it was inspired by David Lynch, or, you know, I tried to be very cinematic, does that catch anyone? People want like plot and characters. I guess May is a pretty decent character. I think she's got some interesting stuff going on. You know, I can talk a bit about May's personality. I don't think that's a big issue. She's very observant and quiet. Definitely supposed to be read as neurodivergent because, you know, believe it or not, I might be neurodivergent in some way. I know that's like super shocking to everyone who's been watching me regularly. I don't know, the 2-hour Chainsaw Man video of me just talking about it, that's not any sign of anything. Okay, by the way, I am gonna make a part 2 to that video. I don't know exactly when. You see, I like reading the physical editions of basically anything I like. Volume 24, I'm pretty sure, is set to come out in English in 2027, which is really sad. But I'll also be able to maybe time my part 2 video along with Chainsaw Man Season 2. So that could work out. I don't know, because I'm gonna be working on retrograde. Oh my god, I don't know if you guys understand like how terrifying this is. This is like jumping off the high dive, you know, except for I don't know how to swim, or I don't know if I can swim. In theory, I should be buoyant, but lately I've been carrying a lot of gold and rocks in my pockets, so who's to say? Oh, right, but the one shot. Sorry, I keep getting off track. I think Karaoke Night is a much more social-based story where it's like the conversations May has with these different characters, whether it's the bride or the guy with the broken arm. I think that really lets us into her psychology and how she perceives the world and how she thinks she either fits in or doesn't fit in or whatever. David Lynch is one of my favorite directors, or probably my favorite director, because I don't know, I just find the way that I feel like I have so much space to interpret stuff is just so interesting to me, and I get to really engross myself in the film. When the one shot comes out, even if it's a little late, it's probably gonna be a little late, I want everyone to like interpret it, and I don't want anyone to feel like there's one solid interpretation, because I know like so far I've found at least 2 different stories that are being told in the one shot, just in May's like character, what she does and how she reacts to things, and it's like a really interesting character driven story that I can't explain because in all honesty I don't really understand it myself. If that's not a great pitch, I don't know what is. Alright, well that is the end of the video. Stay tuned. Next time is going to be the one shot itself, because if it isn't, that means I failed horrifically. I should probably just give up on retrograde. If that doesn't come out in time, or at least within like a few days of time, I'm going to kill somebody. Yeah, I'll sacrifice one of my subscribers. One of you will die. RIP, you'll be remembered. Like the video, subscribe, comment, you know the usual stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye.